Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Beatrix Snyman from Beatrix Designs. Here you will learn how to master Tunisian crochet and much more. If you don't want to miss anything, remember to subscribe and hit the bell, or you can visit my website at www.beatrixdesigns.co.za. Enjoy!
Today we will talk in general about the basic tools that you will need in Tunisian crochet. The ones that's really necessary and the ones that's nice to use and very helpful. Now, first of all, let's have a look at our hooks, because they are the main tools that we are using during Tunisian crochet. Here I have a standard Tunisian crochet hook. You can see it's a very long hook with a straight shaft. There's no thumb rest like in your conventional hook, crochet hook. It does have a stop at the end, which will prevent your loops that you will collect on your hook from falling off. This one is made from aluminium, and you get them in different lengths, different thicknesses, and also they are made in different materials. This one is made from bamboo and is much shorter than this one, as you can see. Now I prefer, if I have to use a standard Tunisian hook, I prefer a shorter hook than the longer hooks, because the longer the hook, the more uncomfortable they become in using. And if you are working in heavier weight yarns, it really gets very heavy on your wrist especially, and to hold your work while you are crocheting. So if I have to use a standard Tunisian hook, I prefer short lengths, nothing more than a 23 centimeter long Tunisian hook. And I also like using the bamboo because the touch is warm, and especially for people suffering from arthritis and pains in their hands, it's good to use a material that is warm to the touch. A metal, for example, will be a very cold material which can help the pain to get worse, especially in winter times. I know I've been suffering from that in the past as well. So bamboo is my favorite material. Then you have your standard crochet hook or a conventional crochet hook. Now these are also nice to have and essential actually in Tunisian crochet, because sometimes you will have small projects that you have to make, and then you don't want a long hook to work on if you have only a few stitches that you are working in the front of your hook. So having a few conventional crochet hooks in your kit is very essential. Now while I'm on the crochet hook, I can give you this tip. You can see this little thing that I have here. If you're not a knitter, you might not know what this is. This is a needle point protector if you are a knitter. But in Tunisian crochet, I use this at the back of my conventional crochet hook to use it as the stop. So still I can make a little bit bigger project on this hook and still prevent the loops from falling off from my hook, which is very easy and comfortable to use. Now, if I go to bigger projects with way more loops on my hook, and I don't want to use these long standard Tunisian hooks, the next best is your extended hook, with a cable. But this cable on this hook, the transition from the hook to the cable, sometimes it can be a little bit of an issue if they have burrs here and the transition is not nice and smooth. They are not interchangeable, so the hook size and the length of the cable you are stuck with that. Okay, but you can invest in those. What I prefer is my interchangeable hook. You can see at the back here there's a hole. Now what happens is I have a separate cable that I can attach to this hook. So I will invest in a few different hook sizes and in a few different lengths of the cable. And I will just attach the cable length that I need for my project to my hook. At the end here, I will use a stop, and there is the key for the stop. This is just to tighten the hook to the cable and the stop to the cable. There's a little hole here in your cable just to help to tighten your stopper or your hook. I will show you in a minute how that works. Let me just get the stop on this cable for you. And now I just hold on to the stop and I turn the key in that hole to tighten this cable. And there I have an extended Tunisian hook. And the cables come in different lengths from 40 centimeters up to 150 centimeters. I think you do get longer, but I haven't seen before. If you have a longer length, please tell me about it and show us what it looks like. Now this is for standard Tunisian crochet. Now you can see I have a hook here with two hooks on the end. Now this is called a double-ended hook. This is used to work in the round without a seam. Something else that you can do with your double-ended hook is to work in rows, but then you'll have to turn your work, and that gives a very beautiful look to your project. I will share some with you in the future. I have. And this is also a very, very nice and exciting technique in Tunisian crochet. Now, the double-ended hook standard is the same length as your conventional crochet hook, which is about 15 centimeter in length. Now you want to make a much bigger project where you need to work in the round. What you will do in that case is use your cable, but you will just attach two of the same size hooks on both ends of your cable, and there you will have a longer extended double-ended hook. Other handy tools in Tunisian crochet is your measuring tools. For that, a measuring tape is essential, because this you use to measure your finished items. Make sure that you have a tape that indicates both inches and centimeters, because that is very helpful. Depending on the designer, what terminology and what unit standard she's using, you will find it helpful to have both centimeters and inches to use. Another tool that is very nice and helpful is your knitting gauge. Now in this one, I also have inches on one side and I have centimeters on the other side. Very helpful. This you use to measure your gauge when you start a new project, to make sure that you have the right tension for your project. Embroidery scissors with a nice sharp point. Now another use for my needle point protector can be to protect the point of my embroidery scissor, which is also very helpful. Now an embroidery scissor is nice, small and easy to put in your project bag, and you can carry that with you. Stitch markers. Always have a few stitch markers with you for stitch counting, to mark areas of shaping. There are many different ways that you will use that. Your tapestry needle or wool needle, as some call the much bigger ones. But what is important to look at is that the whole of your needle should be long and big and the point blunted. So it's easier to slide through your yarn threads when you are sewing away yarn tails. Now I just attach a piece of yarn to mine so I can easily find it when I'm looking for it. Another tip, sometimes I use a little piece of felt and I just put my needle in that to keep it safe and close. Now, something else, something that's crucial in Tunisian crochet is blocking your projects when they are completed. And for that, it's very nice to have the right tools for. These are blocking pins. They're available in a set like this. These ones are from Knit Pro. 12 blockers with 8 pins to it, and then you get 8 blockers with 4 pins. Now these are so nice to use when you have to block like a shawl or a big project, and even small ones. If I use a little square and I need to block that, I just put 1, 2, 3, 4 of the big blockers on the square and I'm done. And with that I will use my T-pins. These are normally used in upholstery, pin with a T head on top so it does not slide through your fabric, and it's easy to handle. They are very, very handy when you are doing blocking. And these basically are all the necessities that you'll need and all the tools that are really helpful and handy in Tunisian crochet. If you found this very helpful, please leave a comment. I will really appreciate it. Until next time, thank you.
Hope you enjoyed this video. If you found anything valuable, please share this with your crochet friends. Also, you can leave a comment if there's anything that you would like to see in the future. And remember to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.